The enigma that surrounds the true identity of Jack the Ripper continues to be a source of intrigue even after all this time. A name synonymous with fear, Jack the Ripper emerged from the shadows of Whitechapel, a neighborhood in Old London that was home to both the rich and the poor. As the Manchester Evening News reported, the figure of Jack the Ripper was not just any criminal. He was a symbol of terror, turning the year 1888 into a dreadful period for this unfortunate corner of London. Every day was a battle for survival as the city was gripped by fear. Life in these perilous streets was punctuated by a chilling presence, a mysterious figure who struck terror into the hearts of many. The most ominous part of this narrative, as noted in the Manchester Evening News article, is that, despite the passage of time, the true identity of Jack the Ripper remains unknown. It's a shocking reminder that serial killers, or those who kill others, could be anyone we encounter in our daily lives. They can hide their malevolent nature behind a veneer of amiability, adding another layer of terror to their persona. In the heart of Whitechapel, London, as the sun went down, the streets began to tell a chilling tale. A ghost named Jack the Ripper emerged, casting a shadow of fear over everyone. He was a malicious spirit who preyed upon the unfortunate women who found themselves in desperate circumstances, most of whom were compelled to live as prostitutes. Jack the Ripper consistently inflicted harm upon these women with an eeriness that was a testament to his callousness and a reflection of their societal abandonment. Each of his murders sent shivers down the spine of the city. Panic filled the air as the police, bathed in the glow of bright blue lights, scoured the streets of London in a desperate bid to find him. However, Jack the Ripper proved elusive. Despite the authorities' relentless efforts, concrete clues leading to his whereabouts remained amiss. The failure to apprehend him only escalated the fear among the citizens. As the body count rose, so did the public's simultaneous intrigue and terror. The entire city found itself in the grip of a phantom killer who disappeared into the darkness of the Whitechapel streets as swiftly as he emerged. Even with the widespread fear, a lot of letters were received after the terrible murders of 5 women by the mysterious Jack the Ripper. Each letter was reportedly sent by the unknown killer. These creepy letters caused a deep feeling of fear. Every new letter, scarier than the one before, served as a harsh reminder of the growing number of deaths. Their real purpose and meaning stayed a mystery. The letters were a confusing mix of teasing, puzzling, and threatening words, meant to scare and intrigue people. Scotland Yard, already struggling to catch the heartless killer, had another big hurdle: finding out who wrote these anonymous letters. Despite their hard work, they couldn't figure out who the writer was. With every failed try, the situation became more puzzling, and a feeling of dread covered London. The letters, an important part of the Ripper's story, showing his sneaky boldness and making the mystery surrounding the women's murders even harder to solve. These puzzling letters not only made the public more curious, but also made them more scared. The letters, just like the Ripper's true identity, remain a lasting, unsolved mystery. There are many theories, and a lot of suspects have been named, but the real truth seems as hard to grasp as the Ripper himself. Over 100 years later, Jack the Ripper's true identity is still hidden. His story, along with the vicious murders of 5 women, remains a dark example of how cruel humans can be. Now let's dive into the reign of terror caused by Jack. In the dead of night, 5 unfortunate women fell prey to a man infamously known as Jack the Ripper. These victims were not just random individuals, they all hailed from the underbelly of society, dwelling in the grimy, lightless corners of Whitechapel. Each woman met a dreadful fate at the hands of the Ripper. Their bodies bore significant injuries, not just of death but also of gruesome torture, revealing the depth of the killer's anatomical knowledge. The barbaric nature of these homicides created a wave of panic and dread that swept through the era. Jack the Ripper was not merely a murderer, he was an embodiment of terror that left a trail of fear and morbid fascination that persists. Even his name became synonymous with the terror that gripped London during those times, a name that still sends a shiver down the spine of anyone who happens across it. The tragic stories of each victim continue to add layers to the chilling tale of Jack the Ripper. Their horrifying remains a grim epitaph of the Ripper's brutality, a stark reminder of the darkness that once lurked in the lanes of Whitechapel. These women, often overlooked in the annals, serve as a poignant reminder of the enigma that still shrouds one of history's most notorious killers. underlining the profound and lasting impact of his deeds.